Hey, what's good, beautiful people? Of course, you know who I be, Good Doc, Dr. Mike TV, back again, once again, instant classic in the making. All right, first time to the channel, guys, make sure you like, subscribe, notify, do all the good things to make yourself well-versed in the Good Doc's content. Everything you should need to know about yours truly shall be listed in the links in the description area below. The pretty Filipinas are pretty much designated for the local guys, and us foreigners are only left to pick up the leftovers. I have heard that saying, that statement on so many different occasions that it's really warranted this particular video. Now, if we dig deep behind the psychology and the ideology behind where that comes from, I guess the only logical standpoint that anybody who's created a argument based on that foundation, the only thing that they have to their benefit is the fact that, yes, even I would probably admit out loud that a Filipina would probably rather date a man from their own particular race first before a foreigner. But in hindsight, when I look at it, does that necessarily mean that every single girl that a foreigner dates in the Philippines is ugly and a leftover? Because I would be remiss to say that that is false. I'm not saying that any girl that you've dated hasn't probably been with a local guy before she was with you, because that would be a fallacy. I mean, chances are she's probably dated guys in her own home country, and she's probably said, you know, they're just not for me. I don't like them. They're just not for me. No different than us in the United States, dating women from our own cultural backgrounds, dating women who represent the West, and we've opted to say, no, they aren't for me. So if a local guy or a Filipino guy dated your girl before you got to her, how can you call her a leftover? Because I kind of feel like that term is just disrespectful, okay? Because the way that it comes off as if saying, look, man, you're only getting the girls that the Filipino guys don't want. And on the flip side, you're not even giving the girl some credit to say she just ain't opting to rock with her own. No different than us saying we're not opting to rock with our own. You're not giving the girl credit to say, you know what, this just ain't for me. I'd rather take my chances and date a foreigner. Whether it be for monetary means or whatever, it's just the simple fact that they're taking their talents over to the foreign team. No different than we're taking our talents out of the United States and bringing them to the Philippines or in other countries abroad, of course. So when I hear people say, the local guys get all the good ones, I don't think that's true. Somebody put up a statistic the other day that I thought was weird because I didn't believe it. It might be true. I might be wrong. You guys can research it if you want to. But the statistic basically read that the ratio of men to women in the Philippines is 1-to-1, as in for every male there's a female counterpart. And I didn't believe that it was that even. But then again, I thought about it and said, okay, chances are they might be right. They might be 1-to-1. For every Filipino guy there's a Filipino girl or Filipina. But then I was thinking there's a flaw in that particular study if that's true. They're not taking into consideration, lady boys. They're not taking into consideration the guys that are gay. Two highly impactful variables to an equation that limits the number of guys in the country or the number of available men in the country. Oh, and let's not forget those that are married, even though they could have side chicks, but the ones that are married. So if you're gay, a lady boy, or you're married, that kind of dwindles down the number of available men in country for the Filipino to get. So on the flip side, are we really getting the leftovers, or are we basically the option because there's not as many viable men available? That wouldn't make it a leftover now, would it? You see? So the mind's going to start playing tricks on you, and a lot of people are going to probably try to convince you that local guys get the best quality Filipina. I'm under the assumption that's not always true. I'm under the assumption that, yo, man, I could probably find me a high quality Filipina no different than they can. Why do I feel that way? I've been there, I've done that, you know? I mean, I speak facts because I've been there and I've done that and I got the proof to back it up. Y'all seen who I'm with. Y'all haven't seen anything before that time, but y'all see who I'm with now. Granted, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, ladies and gentlemen. That is a subjective situation. Somebody might not say my girl is cute, or somebody might not find her to be attractive. Again, why do I give a fuck? I don't, because that's not your girl. That's mine. All right. So in hindsight, I could care less about your opinion on it. But if you're thinking about it, I'm like, how is it that we're always forced to believe that we're getting secondhand leftovers? Or why is it that people want to try to convince you that every girl that you're dating in the Philippines was once somebody else's jump off chick in the Philippines and you're only getting the leftovers? Why would we be forced to say and or believe in any of that nonsense? Like I said, the only viable argument that you have is that the likeliness of a Filipino wanting to be with their own before us could be a true statement. No different than you would probably date a woman in your own culture, in your own background first to see how it plays out, see how you like it before you opt to say, I'm taking my talents overseas. I kind of feel like that's the same rules that apply before they realize, you know what, man, maybe this just ain't for me. Maybe we don't vibe. Maybe that's not what I find to be attractive anymore. Again, the foreigner is usually somebody new. Now, if you're in a heavily clustered area where foreigners frequently congregate, I'm pretty sure you're just going to be another foreign face in the crowd. But for the most part in the Philippines, depending on where you go, foreigners are not as common as you think in most of these areas. Not necessarily speaking of Manila, not necessarily speaking of Angeles City and places where your foreigners normally congregate. Again, in those crowds, you are just another foreign face. Chances are you're probably getting the leftovers from another foreigner. We're not going to get into that conversation today. It's just basically, I never understood where it came from. And if you guys know, leave it down in the comment section below. Where did it come from? Where did it come from? The fact that everybody thinks that any foreigner that's dating a Filipina is only getting the leftovers and only the good ones, the good quality ones, the best ones, the local guys have already taken them. Hey man, local guys can fuck up too. That don't necessarily mean that they always getting the best of the best. Man, good times, man. I love having these conversations and I love having these topics, man. And if you guys are enjoying it, man, I appreciate you guys giving a like for the good doc, man. I don't ask for much, just a like. I would appreciate you guys starting to share my videos, man. I'm trying to expand this bitch a little bit, you know. I've been at about 4,600 for a hot minute now. I'm trying to make this bitch grow a little bit more. And if you guys are truly enjoying the content, man, yo, send somebody over to the doc's channel. Say, yo, man, you should check this guy out, man. I think he got some good shit going on over here. If you don't like me, fuck it. It's all good. You still came to watch, and I appreciate the view. But go ahead and drop a like. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it has been fun. It has been real. Definitely interested to hear what you guys got to say. Comment section below. With that being said, good doc is officially out. At least knuckle, which means I am going now. Bye bye. As always, love you guys. Sincerely do. Mahal kita. Mabuhay. Peace.